What is up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about um, Chapter 2 Remix, and was it a good season? Was it not a good season? And before, Chapter 6 starts, which we're entering in this weekend, which is going to be really awesome. Yeah, let's just get right into this video. So starting off with the loop. So loop pool this season, it's great. I mean, the guns, just the simple guns, the good feeling, the satisfying feeling of hit scan. It's just all around amazing, and a fresh, not start, but a fresh, I don't know what the word would be, but fresh, it just feels fresh, compared to Chapter 5 with bullet drop, not simple guns. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain that, but it's not a good loot pool. So comparing, going into Chapter 2 Remix, we really like this. I like this, at least, and I think maybe, hopefully, Fortnite learns their mistake and they bring back hit scan in Chapter 6. But point is, yeah, this loot pool is really great. It's not too convoluted. There's no really like filler stuff in here that's just like there to be there. It's all around just a great loot pool. The pump, the attack being great shotguns, and then AR just being a good ARs. It's a good AR burst. I love the burst. Heavy, it's probably my least favorite AR in here. It's alright. It's not my favorite. I used to like it more, but I don't like it as much now. And then the normal AR, which is of course fan favorite. It's great. There's nothing bad you can really say about it. Snipers is just pretty awesome. SMG. It's just like all around just a great loot pool, but there's not too much, and there's no unbalanced stuff that anybody's complaining about. Besides, if you want to say like the boss mythics or that kind of stuff, then yeah, it's gonna be a bit overpowered and a bit broken, but you're getting it from a boss, so I feel like nobody's really gonna complain or care about that stuff. Now the map. The map, I think, is just the weakest point of this season. It's too big, and that's a big problem, when you're playing a match, and it's just kind of boring because you're not running into too many people. And yeah, so that's been a big problem like throughout the season that I haven't really talked about, but I'm gonna talk about here since this is the season review. It's too big of a map. Hopefully we get a smoke going into Chapter 6 compared to this, where it's just too big. But I would say like the POIs in Chapter 2 are some of my favorite POIs of all time. Like the POIs in Chapter 2 are just great. And individually, POIs, like if there was less space between POIs, this would be like an amazing map, getting rid of maybe some POIs that are just forgettable and nobody really cares about, because there are quite a few just like forgettable POIs on the Chapter 2 map, and that's alright. Not every POI is going to be a banger, but point is, yeah, it's a good map. It's a good map, great map. I won't say great map, but it's a good map. And so now we're gonna move into content. So the weekly updates, like that is a great system. It almost feels like too much content. You know what I mean? Like with weekly updates, and they're good. But not every an update doesn't hit. You're just not gonna want to play for the whole week until they bring in the next update. My biggest example of this is going to be Ice Spice. I did not care when she dropped at all. I did like her mythics, but her POI was just boring. It's to look at, and you know what I mean. Like I did like the mythics, so like I won't, but it's not too. It's just kind of gimmicky, which I don't really care about. But you know what I mean. They were cool. They were alright, but not as good as Eminem's minigun. And the Eminem update was sick. I loved the grotto, and I loved the minigun. I thought it was such a unique idea to bring his minigun, but it's the Rap God lyrics. I thought that was so cool, and hopefully they can do stuff like that in the future with other rappers and other collabs, just kind of taking old Fortnite weapons that are fan favorites and then putting a spin on them, like, singing their lyrics. But I don't think they should do that again. But you know what I'm trying to say. They should do other unique stuff to already existing guns and items rather than just making completely new ones. So yeah, content, pretty cool. We got good updates, some poor ones, some ones I didn't like. Well, I mean, there was like 3 updates, so it was really only the Ice Spice one that was bad in my opinion, but everything else has just been kind of cool. The kicks I'm enjoying. I think they're overpriced. The Nike kicks are overpriced, but my point is, yeah, this has just been a great season for content. and it's just overall, I'm gonna talk about the season now. So main like mechanics are just going to be bosses, which is kind of just like the main mechanic of chapter 2 season 2, so I'm not really complaining here. But with chapter 5 and pretty much everything just being centered around bosses, except season 3 which is centered around cars, everything being centered around bosses, it's not too unique feeling. But there's been a good mix of chapter 2 bosses and new bosses. Chapter 2 bosses are sick. Kit and God, Sky? No, it's not Sky. Is it TNTina? Yeah, TNTina. I love her Boombo, and I like the Shockwave launcher. The Cherry Shotgun, not my favorite weapon, but it's still a cool weapon, and I know a lot of people were happy about that. And then we do have Snoot Dogg. His drum gun is pretty overpowered. I think it wasn't like overpowered, but it was to a decent extent. It was pretty overpowered. And then Ice Spice, I already talked about hers, but her stuff wasn't too strong. It wasn't too weak. It was just right. And then we had Eminem, his minigun. Of course, it's a minigun. It's gonna be a little too broken. But it is definitely a very cool gun. That, again, I can't stress how cool I think that idea is of taking old Fortnite weapons, original Fortnite weapons, and just putting a spin on them. Because then you make everybody happy. You get a collab item in the game. But people who are like, well, we just want OG weapons and OG items, like, then they can't really be mad. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. And I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, the Juice WRLD Chug Cannon. I love the Chug Cannon a lot. So just kind of seeing that come in here, that's cool. I don't really think there's too much else to talk about. It's been a really good season. I've had a lot of fun with this season, playing with friends. And I'm really excited for chapter 6 this weekend. It's gonna be pretty crazy. I'm on Thanksgiving break. That's why I'm able to make a video today instead of having to wait this weekend. So that's cool. So yeah, if you like this video, please like it. If you want to see more about me, please subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.